Good morning. If you're watching the replay, you can skip ahead a couple of minutes. Good morning, good morning. Come in. We will get started in just a few minutes, or just a few moments, actually. Happy Monday. How was everybody's week and weekend? I hope it was good. I hope everybody got The Fool's Journey while it was on sale. If you didn't, I don't know what to tell you. Good morning, good morning. See if that worked. There we go. Hello. How are you? Good. Let me turn this up so I can actually hear you. I think. Okay, that should be better now. Oh goodness. I'm trying to get back into work mode. I was on a girls trip this weekend. We have an annual girls trip. It was amazing. We went to a cabin in Broken Bow, Oklahoma, and spent the weekend, and it was gorgeous. God, I didn't want to leave. They had this outdoor porch where it's like this beautiful fireplace, and you just push a button and it lights up because it's gas. Mm-hmm. And so every morning we would go out there, have our coffee, and it's just woods. And we would see deer and hear the birds and all that. And I was like, okay, I can live here. So yeah, it was great. It was great. How about yours?
It was good. The weather was kind of crappy.
Oh.
Yeah, so we're going to go to this festival, and then it got rained out and canceled, and then it was just boring.
Oh, well, dang. Okay, you guys, welcome to the Weekly Tarotscope. This is our time where we come and look at the week ahead. Now, it used to be just on Mondays, but now we're going back to Mondays and Fridays. Yay! So, on Mondays, we're going to look at the energy from Monday through Thursday, and then on Fridays, we will look at the energy of Friday through Sunday. So that will be we'll have your weekly Tarotscope and then your weekend Tarotscope, okay? And Jamie is here to tell us all the astrological happenings. Like I know, Venus just moved into Libra?
Yeah, right? She's moving into Libra in about a couple hours.
Nice. And then Pluto goes direct, is that correct? Nice. It's going to be interesting. So she's going to tell us what all that means whenever the cards reveal what they reveal. Who knows? But I was going to tell y'all, if you're learning tarot, it's really good to come to these sessions because we talk about the different ways that the cards can represent something, right? Especially in a collective reading. So for example, on Friday, we had the King of Swords in reverse. And I was like, man, how is that going to show up? You know, or not Friday, but Thursday. We had the King of Swords show up in reverse. And I was like, how is that going to show up? And because we were traveling that day. Well, there was issues with our GPS. And there was issue with our friend's GPS because we were going out to the woods. And I was like, there he is. Because he rules, like he's like Aquarius energy. He rules the things that go through the air, and that's going to be electronics, right? So I was like, I see it now. So sometimes it can show up and you don't really get it until after the fact. So this is why we do the Tarotscope, to see the energy that's coming up, but also to explain, you know, the things that are happening day to day, right? Because it could be a person that you're dealing with, but it could also be an experience that you're having. And that's the thing that gets people so confused with the court cards, is they think it's always a person, and sometimes it's an experience. It's like something you're experiencing. So yeah, that's why I like to explain it. But anywho, Okay, what we're going to do first is we are going to balance out the heart chakra. We're going to get ourselves ready for the week ahead by really letting go of everything that was giving us anxiety, stress, fear, whatever it may be. We're letting all that go. We're going to breathe in the positive energy. We're going to breathe in the light. We're going to rebalance the heart chakra. This bowl is attuned to the frequency of the heart chakra. So all you do is just listen to the bowl sing and just relax. Take nice, deep cleansing breaths. It's better if you can sit up with your feet on the floor and your spine straight. If you're unable to do that for medical reasons or you just can't, that's okay. It's better if you're aligned as possible, okay? But like I said, just breathe and listen to the bowl. It's your few seconds of the morning for yourself, okay? So here we go. Now let's all collectively take one super deep breath in. Pick up all that heaviness, all that fear, and blow it out. Let it go. There we go. Feels good. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we are going to get our fairy blessing, then we're going to get our overall tarot card, and then we'll start with the reading, with the tarot reading. So, okay, focus on the deck, and let's ask the deck, what is our fairy blessing for this week? Monday through Thursday. What is our fairy blessing for this week? Let's see. Oh, I didn't split properly. Let me keep going. It wasn't ready. What is our fairy blessing for this week? Okay, a blessing of connection, number 10. And I think that's great, especially since we have Venus going into Libra. Libra is all about connections. And number 10, it's like things come full circle, like the Wheel of Fortune, right? It can also be something very new that you experience this week as far as connection, because 1 is new, 1 is initiation, and that 0 is boosting that energy. So it's like anything can happen, anything's possible. So it's like get out there and connect and see. It's not just romantic connections. It can be business connections, friendships, all of that, okay? So I like that. And it's, you know, look at it this way too, because we have the fairy. Don't mind my fingernails. I took all of my dip off because I was breaking them. So we're going all natural. Okay, so look at the fairy and look at the hummingbird, okay? Those, you know, the hummingbirds, they don't really interact with us a whole lot, right? That's why whenever we see somebody interacting with a hummingbird, we call them a Disney princess, because it's not normal for us when we think it's so magical, right? So think of this as two different energies coming together that were maybe unlikely, and you're connecting with somebody on maybe a different level, maybe on a spiritual level, maybe on a sweet level. It's just going to be different for everybody. So let's get our tarot card for the week. This is going to be the overall energy tarot card. This is through the Divination book. You can find this book linked in my bio on TikTok and on YouTube. YouTube is going to be linked in the description. TikTok is linked in the bio. So what we're going to do is we're going to treat this just like a tarot deck. We're going to knock on it to cleanse off the energy, and then we're going to connect to it with the palms of our hands. So we're going to take a nice deep breath. Because we want to slow down our energy and focus our intention on the book. And we're going to ask the book, what is our overall energy message for this week, Monday through Thursday? And we're going to intuitively turn to a page. And we got the Knight of Wands reversed. Okay. So this book is geared towards you doing readings for yourself daily. So I'm going to kind of change the words to make it like weekly. Okay. So it says, today you drew the Knight of Wands reversed. It says, whoa there, goddess. The energy is all over the place and it will take your power and discipline to rein it back in. It's a good idea to evaluate your plans for the week. What needs to be accomplished and what fun things are you trying to fit in? The unfocused energy can land you in trouble if the week gets away from you and all you've done is play. So prioritize, accomplish, and then go play. Your future self will thank you. So the Knight of Wands is very Sagittarius energy, right? They're very like, I don't want to grow up type energy. And they want to play, play, play. Life is a party. Life is an adventure, right? And life is an adventure. But when it's too much play, then we wind up nowhere, right? So we need to make sure we're staying disciplined this week, but then leaving time to go play, to go explore, to experience, okay? It can also indicate that the energy just feels a little bit scattered right now, because, I mean, tell me, Jamie, with Pluto going direct, like, what is that going to be like for us, you know, as far as like the energy feeling?
Today feels heavier.
Mm-hmm.
I think not necessarily because Pluto's going direct, but because Venus, now that she's moved into Libra, is making an opposition to Saturn in Neptune. So it's kind of like a reality check. Kind of like the Seven of Cups in reverse. It's disillusionment.
Nice. And that can really shake you as far as energy, because like something comes up. Huh?
And I'm going to hop off because there's an echo.
Oh, is there?
See if I can change it.
Oh, okay. Sorry, y'all. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, so while she's doing that, anywho, so like when something happens like that, when a generational planet goes direct, right, it can kind of like shift the energy. So when the Knight of Wands is in reverse, again, the energy is scattered. He's not sure what he wants to do. He's kind of all over the place. So it's like, let's bring our energy back together, back to focus. Make sure we are getting our stuff done for the week that we need to, and then we can go play, because when we go play, we explore, we have these connections, right? So we'll see if she can come back on. Let's give it just a sec. While we're waiting on her, let's go ahead and vote on the tarot deck that we use. Okay, so deck number 1, we have the Wizard's Tarot. Deck number 2, we have the Gilded Tarot, okay? So on YouTube, you vote in the comments. On TikTok, let's see if I can bring the poll up. We'll find out. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Hold on one second, guys. Let me see if I can bring the poll up. Okay, it should be up there, or right there. We have about a minute or so to vote. So deck 1 or deck 2? Wizard's Tarot deck 1, Gilded Tarot deck 2. Let me invite her back on. There we go. So deck 1, deck 2. Make sure you're voting in the poll right up here on that blue thingamajigger. All right, Jamie, speak. So let's see if it's better.
Is this better?
I wasn't hearing the echo, so we'll have to see what they say.
It's still an echo.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why I'm not hearing it. Deck 2 is the Gilded Tarot. So we have deck 1, Wizard's Tarot, deck 2, Gilded Tarot. So vote. The poll should be coming up. I guess it's finished. Oh, deck 2 got it. Okay. Looks like it got it on YouTube as well. All right, cool. Jamie, excuse me. If you want to just be in the comments, that's okay. If you're having technical difficulties, I don't know where the echo's coming from, because like I said, I don't hear it, but everybody else hears it.
I can hear it too.
You can? Interesting.
I had headphones in and thought maybe that was it, but
Oh,
I'll hang out with comments.
okay. Sorry.
I don't think it's my volume.
Yeah, it's just got to be a glitch somewhere.
Figured. All right, I'll talk to you in the comments.
Okay. All right, you guys. You know, technology. You never know if it's going to work, especially on TikTok. Okay, so let's find out what is coming up for us Monday through Thursday. Like I said, we've gone back to Mondays and Fridays Tarotscopes. So this week, we're going to, or right now, today, we're going to look at Monday through Thursday. And then on Friday, we're going to look at Friday through Sunday. Okay? So let's see. I'm going to pull one card for each day. We'll talk about how it can show up for you. And then we'll get oracle cards as well. Okay, for today, today we have the King of Pentacles. Speaking of Venus going, you know, into Libra, right, where it feels better, even though it's opposing, like Jamie said. So when we have the King of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles is ruled by Venus, okay? He loves luxury. He loves being the boss. He loves making strategic moves, okay? So this would be a day where you're making moves towards opening your own business, whatever career moves you want, financial moves, anything that, you know, really solidifies this feeling of like you're in control of your finances. You're in control of the things around you, okay? Because it's not just money. It's also about his surroundings. So the office space that you're in, does it feel good? Does it feel like, you know, got like boring and stagnant? Or does it feel like you've really spruced it up to where it feels like you're productive and you're in something that is luxurious? You know what I'm saying? Like it needs to be aesthetically pleasing. Okay, because the King of Pentacles is all about taking action on the things that he desires, on the things that he knows are going to get him that feeling, or going to put him in that luxurious space, are going to, like, he wants to take action on the things that he loves. Okay, and for him, he is very business minded. That's what I'm saying. Like if it's like anything that has to do with the career, it's great to take action on that. It's just a really good day for you to make those bold moves. Again, this is not financial advice. You need to check with your financial advisor if you're doing investments and all that stuff. But like, especially if you're trying to really get your business going or something, whatever it may be. It doesn't have to be big. It can be something small, like your side hustle, right? It's like, let's get that going. Let me take some major steps here so I can see some movement, right? I'm literally rearranging my desk right now. Oh, nice. Well, there you go. Long-term commitment, which is a very Libra thing. Yeah, absolutely. Because again, he's being very strategic about this, right? He's Taurus energy, so he makes moves. He doesn't move quickly, but he knows that whatever he's doing is setting himself up for success. Okay? So let's look at Tuesday. Tuesday, we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. Very nice. We prefer it in reverse because when the Nine of Swords is in reverse, this indicates a feeling of de-stressing, a better night's sleep. We're de-stressing. We are maybe doing something that's going to bring us joy because we've been in kind of like a negative mindset. Because when the Nine of Swords is direct, look at all those swords above their head, right? Swords are thoughts, ideas, communication, truth, all those things. And when you have all of this circling in your head, it can cause you so much stress and anxiety. It can cause you to have insomnia, right? So tomorrow's energy, we're letting that energy, those thoughts and those conversations or whatever it may be, we're letting it just fall away. Because just like Jamie was saying earlier about this delusionment being revealed, sometimes, you know, it needs to, like, we need to rip the Band-Aid off so we can finally go, okay, that was the worst of it. Now we're going to move forward, and we're going to make these plans. We're going to see things clearly, right? I applied to some jobs this morning. Okay, nice, Lindsay, perfect. And with the Saturn opposition, it's just being real about what it's going to take to achieve success. Nice. Yeah. And when the Nine of Swords also shows up, again, it's like a lot of thoughts, a lot of ideas, a lot of things going through your head, and that could really cause a lot of stress. So it's like, let's focus on one thing. Let's focus on the most important thing right now and let everything else sit to the side. Okay? So good energy so far. Wednesday, we have the Nine of Cups in reverse. Okay. So on Wednesday, there might be something that doesn't turn out the way that you hoped. Okay. Make sure that you're watching your actions, because sometimes, you know, when we have the Nine of Cups direct, it can indicate being proud of something, being proud of your achievements, your accomplishments, all those wonderful things, right? But when it's in reverse, it can cause us to be kind of like, I don't want to say ashamed, but like feel bad for something that we did or something that we should have done, shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? Because the overall card is the Knight of Wands in reverse. When he's in reverse, again, like I said, the energy is scattered all over the place, and he's very impulsive, very impulsive. Okay, so on Wednesday, I mean, we have the King of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords in reverse. Now we have the Nine of Cups. So it's all of this like energy that's coming to fruition. And when the Nine of Cups is in reverse, again, it can indicate that there's something that either you're not proud of or something doesn't turn out the way you thought it was going to. Okay. It could be a situation where you find out that your efforts and your energy are not being appreciated. And that's really what's causing you a lot of stress and a lot of maybe fear and anxiety, you know, all those vibrations that we're always pushed into, right? So if you find yourself in a place on Wednesday where you don't feel like, it's not like an egotistical thing, right? It's more of like, you know what? I'm putting all my energy and effort into this career, this relationship, this friendship, whatever it may be, and I just feel like I'm being used or stepped on or whatever. It's time to take some steps back and reflect on that. And ask yourself, why do I keep putting myself in this position? You know, why am I not doing something or being like really going out there and finding relationships or connections that we're on the same wavelength? Does that make sense? Focus on what's in your control and what isn't on Tuesday. Yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because the Nine of Cups wants to be happy. They want to celebrate. They want to be proud of their accomplishments. But when it's in reverse, it's like, you know, it can be you're putting so much energy and effort into something that's really not getting you anywhere in life. Okay. But also just watch your actions, watch your mood, watch the things that you say, because it could be just as simple as you do something you're not very proud of. Okay. Let's look at Thursday. Thursday, we have the Hermit. Remember how I just said about going within? So the Hermit is a major arcana card, right? This is a day to where it's best for you to, number one, we want to go within. We want to see where, you know, everything that has been leading up to this day, it's just a day, right? But everything that's been going on, what have we learned about ourselves? What have we learned about the situation? Because like Jamie was telling us earlier, when Pluto stations direct, and we have these oppositions happening, and it's like this delusionment is coming to reality. Like things are being revealed here, kind of like a full moon energy, right? So when we have that and the Hermit shows up, he wants to go within. He wants to retreat to really look at what's been going on so he can learn from it. You know, what did he learn throughout the situation? What was revealed? What wisdom can he gain out of this? And also, it's a good day, like if you need coaching, counseling, therapy, whatever, Thursday's a great day to do that. If you're wanting to learn something, because he's also a great teacher, a great spiritual teacher. Okay. It's great to connect with the Hermit in that aspect. It's also a great day to connect with your spirit guides. I mean, every day is a great day to connect with your spirit guides, but Thursday especially, okay? What are you doing? What steps are you taking to enlighten your soul, to expand your soul, to, do all the things that you feel drawn to, but you're always distracted from? Because again, we have the Knight of Wands as that overall energy for the next few days. And he's kind of all over the place. He's very interested, very curious. He wants to be spiritual, but again, he could be impulsive and he could be like, oh, well, this looks like fun, and it takes them off course, right? Because here we have the blessing of connection. And remember that I said that connection can be something that is different. It doesn't have to be connecting with a friend, connecting with, a coworker, whatever. It could be you connecting with your spiritual side, with your spirit guides, all those things, right? This is a special connection. And with that full moon, like I was just talking about, kind of full moon energy, it's like you're seeing things differently, right? Where things are being revealed, things are coming to fruition, especially with these two number 9 cards back to back, right? 9 is things coming to fruition, enlightenment. It is spiritual wisdom, okay? It is also the humanitarian. So that's what I was saying earlier, is like, you try to do for everybody, and you have all these ideas, all this stuff going on in your head and in your emotions, and the universe is like, hey, breathe. Like, step back for a second. Let's go within and let's find out why. Okay, let's find out what's going on in your life, what's going on within, so we can find that balance there. So you are proud of everything that you're accomplishing, and you're being recognized for all the energy and effort you put into your relationships, and vice versa, right? You're not letting your brain take off and cause you so much stress and anxiety, right? We want to make sure we're smart about this. My son and boyfriend have court this week. Oh, I love it when the cards say exactly what you need to hear. I felt like a squirrel lately. Yeah, I get it. Look, underneath we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting, because the King showed up first thing, right? This is all about taking action. The Queen, when she's in reverse, she's not being receptive of the love that the universe is trying to give her. Sometimes she tries to control things. Sometimes she forgets to nurture herself because she's too busy taking care of everybody else, right? So a lot of physical energy showing up, but also a lot of introspective energy. So this is about taking action and doing the things that you need to do in order to expand your spiritual self, to reign in that energy. Remember how I said the Knight of Wands in reverse. It's like we got to get what we need to get done first, and then go play, and then go explore, right? Don't act on impulse, act on knowing, okay? How did I miss that you're doing this now? Keeping up. Thanks, BT. Long time no see. Okay, so let's get some oracle and see what else we need to know. Oops. All right. Venus governs money, relationships, and what you value. This week is testing your commitment. Yeah, I love that. Because we oftentimes will value everybody but ourselves. It's so backwards, is it not? But we've been programmed that way, right? Because if you value yourself, people are like, oh, you're egotistical, you're narcissistic, you're this, and that, right? The names for it have changed over the years, right? It used to be self-centered, egotistical. Now we have narcissism, right? And that's a real thing. I'm not saying it's not. I have plenty of narcissists that I've encountered in my life. But it is very important to value yourself, to love yourself, because you're the one person who's going to be with you for the rest of your life, right? Everybody else has their season and reason. So you got to get to know yourself. You got to love yourself. You got to value yourself, because if you don't as well, other people won't, because people mimic. You understand? People mimic what they see. So if you're not valuing yourself, if you're not loving yourself, if you're not doing nice things for yourself, nobody else is going to do the same. Okay? They can't read your mind, even though, it is a thing. Most people cannot read your mind. All right, let's see what else we need to know for this week. All right, we have the 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael, which is the heart, in reverse. Okay, so talking about loving yourself, right? The heart chakra is the one that connects the lower self, the human 3D self, to our higher self. Okay, that is like the midpoint. Okay, so we hold a lot in our heart chakra. That's why every Monday I get the singing bowl that is attuned to the frequency of the heart chakra, so we can let all that stuff out, right? Because we carry so much, because we come from love, we seek love. We learn the most lessons through our relationships, and relationships connect through the heart, right? So when we have this in reverse, this can indicate that there is that blockage there. We need to focus on the heart chakra this week. We need to allow ourselves to first love ourselves, and then we can push that energy out to others. We got to fill our own cup this week, okay? This card plays out the fairy blessing, a lot of green. Yeah, and you know what's interesting is like a lot of green in all these cards. And the ones that are reversed are more red and orange, which is that lower 3D self, right? The root chakra and sacral chakra, okay? And then we have the hermit, which is blue. So yeah, okay? So when we have this in reverse, you can ask Archangel Raphael to come in and cleanse out the heart chakra, to help you to balance yourself and to help you love yourself. And Raphael is very healing. So you can imagine the green energy surrounding you. And I've done this and it works. And it was shocking, but also not shocking, right? It works. You can ask Archangel Raphael to come in and heal your heart, to come in to heal whatever ails you, and it will work. And you can imagine, like I said, that green light around you, and it's incredible. All right. And with it being number 38, that card number, so 3 is communication, right? 3 is expression. It is creation, right? It's manifestation, because it's the Holy Trinity comes together. It's masculine, feminine comes together to create a completed like circuit, a completed thing, right? So when we have 3 and 8, 8 is connected to karmic energy. It is power. It is financial abundance, right? But when it's in reverse, if you don't value yourself, then you're not going to receive those valuables, the things that you value. Does that make sense? Okay. And it's also number 11 when we bring it together, right? 11 is the philosopher. 11 is that divine gateway. 11 is balance. Okay. See, they all speak to each other. Let's see what else. And also on Wednesday, not the best night to go out for like drinks. Don't overdo it, because you're going to regret it. Okay. Thursday's best to kind of, like I said, kind of retreat, go within, do whatever is necessary to set yourself up for success over the weekend. Yeah, more internal exploration, learning new things, connecting with people that you really are inspired by or that you can learn from. That's great for Thursday. Tuesday, like I said, the 9 of Swords is in reverse, so that's falling away all of those thoughts and anxious feelings or like negative conversations. We're letting all of that fall away, okay? But you have to consciously choose that. You can't just expect the universe is going to do everything for you, right? So can't wait to start on your free course. Oh, good. I'm glad. I hope you love it. Let me know what you think. What about Saturday? We're going to look at Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on Friday, because normally I was doing Monday only, but now we're back to Monday and Friday Tarotscopes. So yeah, we'll reveal that on Friday. All right, let's see what else we need to know about this week. And it's funny because Tuesday's energy, like I was saying, 9 of Swords, 9 of Cups, and the Hermit is 9. 999. So things are really coming to light, really coming to fruition. I feel like you're going to learn something very valuable this week. Okay, because again, 9 is a humanitarian, 9 is wisdom, 9 is things coming to fruition. So it's like, holy crap, like, okay, I get it, right? And everybody's lesson is going to be different because you have your own journey, right? But I do feel like you're going to learn something very, very important, very beneficial for you, very enlightening. Today, like I said, with the King of Pentacles, it's like you got to really take action and show yourself that you are valuing your, like, set yourself up, like, hang on. For example, I love my morning coffee. I love slow mornings, right? And so I used to have, like, swear to God, like 30 different coffee cups that I've collected over the years. And my boys were like, Mom, seriously, please stop buying coffee cups. We have enough. And I said, you know what? You're right. So I got rid of all like the generic coffee cups and I bought myself some really pretty ones that have the saucer. I love the pattern on here. I love these, right? And so every morning I look forward to getting up and having my coffee in my pretty coffee mug on my saucer. And I just do all the things to set my morning up to where I enjoy it. I look forward to it, right? So you can do the same thing. Set your day up to where you're treating yourself just in these little ways. It doesn't have to be this massive thing, right? It can be something as simple as a beautiful coffee cup, right? It can be the music that you play over the speaker. It can be just all these little things that make you feel like your day is enjoyable. Make sense? All right, so, oh, here we have Heal the Ouch, but it's in reverse. Look, another number 38. That is not a coincidence. We have 38, fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael in reverse, okay? Here we have Heal the Ouch in reverse. There's something there that needs to be healed. Let's read this one because I haven't pulled that card hardly at all. It looks our little fox friend. Our little fox is showing up. And if you don't know what the fox is, it's connected to our tribe. You'll learn about it when you get into the free course and you'll see about the fox. But let's read this so we can see what this card wants to tell us. It says, reversed, this card is a message urging you to make amends for any harm you've done to another. Appraise yourself honestly. How have you been selfish, greedy, or inconsiderate of others? Have you harbored resentment towards those who have harmed you in the past? Practice deep and radical forgiveness. In order to be free, to know healing, you must surrender your old hurts and begin anew. Forgiving yourself and loving yourself is important too. I mean, we've been talking about this, right? Be humble and willing to admit to your weaknesses. Know the imperfections of human personality. Walk tall as you take the path of the shaman, the wise elder, hello, hermit, who is willing to go into the shadows to bring healing light to old wounds. Fascinating. See? Both of these cards came out reversed. They're both the same number, and they both signify there is this pain, okay? There can be this bitterness towards things that have happened in the past that you are so used to that you don't even realize that you're still carrying that around, right? And it'll play on this loop in the back of your mind. So we have to go through and explore, you know, what am I doing for myself? What am I doing to myself? And then what am I harboring towards others that I really need to just like let go of because I'm only doing it to myself. I was talking to somebody the other day and I don't remember what the situation was, but I was like, you know, when we get out of a toxic relationship, those words and feelings and experiences still stay in our mind. And when we get rid of the toxic person, a lot of the times we take over their job and we start talking negatively to ourselves and we, you know, create negative experiences and we do all of this work because we're taking their job. Does it make sense? And so we have to stop that because we got rid of the toxic person for a reason. Why would we take over their job? We have to stop. We have to actually love ourselves You know, we can't talk negatively about ourselves. We're amazing beings, right? Let's see. Oh, wow, you're right. Oh, I'm glad you like that. I literally asked myself why I'm so bitter. This is resonating. Good, 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 good. And think about this King of Pentacles, you guys. I mean, he does not doubt himself one bit. He loves himself. He values himself. He's like, I'm great. You know, sometimes it can get a little into the, you know, egotistical stuff. But I mean, you'll never find success if you don't value yourself. If you think you're dumb, if you think that you can't accomplish things, if you think that you're ugly or you're fat or you're this and that, right? Like if you think all these negative things about yourself, you will never be successful because you will sabotage that every time. Because you're going to pull yourself back down to where you think you deserve to be. He won't do that. He's like, no, I'm going to lift myself up because I know that that's what it's going to take for me to be successful. And it doesn't have to be just in business. It's in your career. It's in your relationships, all your relationships. It's all the things, right? So think about that. If you're really wanting to, you know, excel in life, you got to start with yourself. And that's the hardest one. Then everything else starts to fall into place. I've always found that when I have felt resentful or bitter, it's mainly at myself. Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's see what else we need to know this week. Look at that. We have compassion. Look how pretty that is. And more green. Okay. We definitely need to have more compassion for ourselves. Like I said, the Knight of Wands energy is all over the place this week. He's in reverse, okay? So he can run from things. He loves to escape. He loves to just like go escape into numbing his mind. He loves to escape into substances. He loves to just like run, okay? Well, if we show ourselves compassion, then we don't have to run, right? We have to give ourselves grace. Because think about it this way. The things that you went through in the past, you were doing the best with what you knew. Okay? Like a child trying to get up and walk. They fell down so many times, right? But they were doing the best with what they knew. They're still learning to walk. And they got up over and over and over again until they finally mastered walking. Okay? You have to give yourself compassion. And you can also, I know it's going to be hard for some of you, you can also send compassion to the people who have wronged you because they are treating you like they feel about themselves. This was a difficult one for me to master. I don't even say I've mastered it because I don't think anybody masters it really. But this was something that was very hard for me to do because I had experienced so much trauma in my past. And I was like, fuck you know, like whatever. But then when you start to see things through your spiritual lens, when you start acting as the hermit, when you start understanding that people treat you the way that they feel about themselves, then you get it. Then you stop taking it so personally. You don't do their job, right? You don't accept that energy or that label. And you say, okay, I see you for who you are, and I'm going to leave you be because you need to stay over there. You're not coming over here, right? And I'm going to send you love and light because I know you must really be hurting inside. It is a hard one. I know. I need to send out compassion a lot then. Yeah, we all do, honestly. We all do. But again, give yourself compassion too. Practice with yourself, and then you can send it out to others, okay? If you start just sending out compassion to everybody but yourself, then you're going to still be in square one, okay? You have to start with yourself because that's a hard one too, to give yourself compassion and grace for the things that you feel like you've done wrong in your past. But again, you were just doing the best that you could with what you knew at the time, you know? And so we have to constantly give ourselves compassion and grace because life is not easy. Like, we don't have an instruction manual. We don't come in here knowing exactly what to do. And if anybody acts that way, they're full of it. Let's see. Let's do, you know what? Let's do, since we're talking about ourselves, let's do the soul helper. This is a message from your higher self. Let's see. Let's see. You're wearing green today? Good. Yeah, if you ever need like an energy boost in different areas, you can wear that color. It makes a big difference. What else do we need to know this week? Look at that. More green. Nature is calling you, okay? It wants to touch, fulfill, and protect you with its healing powers. It's number 20, okay? So 2 is the feminine energy. It is receptive. It is balance. It is duality, right? When it's paired with the 0, again, it boosts that energy. So it's like you need to get your butt out and go put your feet in the grass. Go sit next to a tree. Somehow get into nature. Let me tell you, when we went to the cabin this weekend, it was so nice. Like, we need that disconnect from social media, from all the electronics, from the distractions of the world, and we need nature. You guys, we really do. Okay? So when you get out into nature, you let all that stuff go. And nature wants to just automatically heal you. It wants to help you. It wants to ground you, right? So we need to get back out into nature. And again, especially when the energy feels chaotic, when your brain's going 90 miles an hour, go stand out in the grass in your bare feet, okay? And just relax and give it to Mother Gaia, because she knows what to do. She can transmute that energy, okay? We went camping. It was amazing. Yeah, I love it so much. Haven't seen that deck in forever. I know. I haven't been drawn to it lately. Let's see what else. I don't know if I have that book over here. Let's do this one. Let's see. Yeah, it's funny because people, go camping and other people are like, why would you want to go sleep outside? Why would you want to go live like, a poor person or whatever it is? But well, it's because you need to go connect with nature. You need to get back out into nature. You have to do certain things to disconnect you from your everyday life, because you need to gain perspective. That's why we go on vacations. That's why we take these little trips, because we need to disconnect to gain perspective. Because your life gets so just mundane over and over and over, doing the same thing over and over again. You're never going to get to where you want to be if you don't take those breaks, okay? Because it brings about clarity. All right, what else do we need to know this week? Whoop, okay. Oh, we have commitment. Jamie was talking about commitment earlier. Let's see. Commit to this next stage in your development, and there will be a promise fulfilled in some form. Remember, I told you, I said there is going to be something this week that's like revealed to you, a truth. You're going to have like this aha moment. Only, remember, I said you have to decide to do that, right? You have to decide to be in that energy. Okay, so when you make the commitment, I'm telling you, when you commit to yourself, when you commit to your spiritual journey, when you commit to whatever it is that you're trying to do, like I tell my tarot students, when you commit to learning tarot, I mean, you embody it, you dive in, you literally experience miracles happening, just because you're so committed to that journey, to that practice, and you are tapping in, right? So when you commit to certain things, then you will see results. You can't not see results, okay? I like the outdoors when I'm going glamping, not camping. Hey, whatever works, as long as you're outdoors. Don't let me fool you. When we went to the cabin, it was a very nice cabin that we were in, but we still got out in nature. We went to the state park, and we did this amazing hike, and it was like next to this beautiful river, and oh, it's so beautiful. I would just wanted to like, you know how you like you see something so pretty, you just want to like bring all that energy into yours. It was amazing. So yeah. Oh, I got the chills when you said commitment. Nice. The other side says commit to the journey with determination. Go all in for the long term. Your steadfast focus will bring lasting rewards. Gosh, see, we've been talking about this the entire time. Okay, this is another thing that you learn on the Fool's Journey. Okay, if you haven't gotten the Fool's Journey, it goes the free course, and then you step into the Fool's Journey, and then you get into the tribe. Okay, so the Fool's Journey is going to reveal the map that is hidden within tarot, and that map reveals exactly where you are in different areas of your life, and then it shows you what's coming next, like how to get to the next level. Okay, so that's the thing, like when you commit to that and you say, okay, well, I'm going to be real with myself. I know I'm right here right now on this journey in this area of my life, because you can look at finances, you can look at family, you can look at health, you can look at love relationships, your career, all of that, right? And you do them individually, and you see where you are in the Fool's Journey in that area. And that way, you know what you need to focus on the most right now, and what you can do to bring yourself into the next step, right? Because I walk you through it, and you have the workbook to walk you through it as well. But when you can do that, you're going to see results no matter what. Okay? Do you have to know tarot for the Fool's Journey? No, you don't, because I spill it all out. It's a 44-page workbook, and a lot of that is explaining all the different cards and what they represent in your journey. So no, you do not have to know tarot in order to do the Fool's Journey. But when you commit to your journey, you will see results. I mean, you just can't not. Okay? That's why those that have taken my classes, those that have gotten in the tribe, they've experienced breakthroughs because they've made a commitment there and they tap in. Let's get our money message for the week. Let's see. What is our money message for this week? So much green, so much earthy energy. I mean, look how pretty this picture is, right? They're in the forest. All right. Let's see. What is our money message for this week? Look at that, more green. Patience. Okay, there's 3 ways to resonate. It says, divine timing is at hand. It will require having faith while you are shown the way. Number 2, you may feel tired and out of balance. The universe is forcing you to rest and recover. Remember, we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. He's kind of all over the place energetically. So it's like, rein it back in and relax. And number 3, money may be slow in coming in or unsatisfied with your finances. Well, that's why you want to look at where you are in that Fool's Journey in the area of your finances. And you're going to see where you resonate, and then you're going to see what the next step is, what the next level is, because there are 3 levels of consciousness, right? Most people are only on the top level, and the top level, or I mean the first level. Top level is from when I'm looking at it on my table, right? So it's the first level. Most people get stuck in that first level. They never get to level 2 and level 3, which is like spiritual mastery, right? Because we're so, like, well, number 1, we don't know about it. And number 2, we're so distracted by, life and all the other craps, right? So if you're experiencing issues with your finances, well, we need to explore, where are you and what's going on here, and how can you get to that, like break that glass ceiling for yourself, okay? Let's see. Let's do this one. You want the spirit animal deck? Okay. What else do we need to know? Monday through Thursday. We have mystery. Ooh, number 38 again. It says mystery, dark matter. I'm going to read it to you, okay? Interesting. We have butterflies. Ooh, okay. Let's pull this one up and see. It says, the world still has mystery, and this is a fine thing. Just because you cannot see it does not mean it's not there. You do not have to know the details of everything. Some things are better not revealed at this time. Have faith. So isn't that interesting? We were just talking about that faith with the money card, okay? And we have number 38 again showing up because we have the heart chakra in reverse, we have heal the ouch in reverse, and now we have this, okay? So they're all connected, and it's telling you there's something going on within, and it's like you don't have to have, like you don't need to map out every single thing. Well, it's going to come to me this way, right? You just, you tell the universe, well, this is what I'd like to experience, and I'm going to let you figure out all the details, right? I know this is where I am in my fool's journey, in my life experience. Okay, show me how to get to the next step. You know, I'm ready for the next level. Show me. Right? You have to work with the universe. You don't have to figure it all out yourself. That's the magic of it all. Okay? So I love that. Just want to see if there's anything else. Okay, yeah, it's all just explained in the card. So yeah, I like that. And there's no coincidence that it's 38 again. Rude. I do need details so I can plan accordingly. Did I say plan? I mean control. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, it's so funny. You know what was funny is we did our girls trip this weekend, and we didn't have like major plans. We were all like, you know what? Let's just get there and see how we feel. And then we had very loose plans, and it worked out beautifully. Nobody was rushed. Nobody was stressed out. If we all wanted to do something, we did it. If we didn't, we didn't. You know, it was so nice. All right, here's our spirit animal for Monday through Thursday. Let's see. Oops. We have the wolf, Pathfinder. Isn't that pretty? It says, release your past and start a new journey. Hello. You are a teacher and help others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. So all of those things that are on here is everything that we were just talking about this entire time, okay? Because release your past and start a new journey. I was talking about, especially with this hermit energy, we're looking at the past and we're letting go. We're giving yourself compassion and grace. Remember? You are a teacher and help others find their way. Well, hello, here's the hermit. You are leading by example, okay? The hermit is the teacher and shows the way. That's why he has the lantern. Number 3, there will be challenges, but your soul is strong. I told you there were going to be some little bumps the next maybe couple, 3 days. Not 3 days, but like let's say Wednesday. There might be a challenge. Even tomorrow there might be a little bit of a challenge, and finally something just reveals and you're like, okay, we ripped the Band-Aid off, right? So it's telling you there's going to be challenges, but you're strong. You're going to make it through, okay? Perseverance is your secret power. We're talking about committing to the journey. Committing to whatever it is that you're looking to experience, and you will see results. But most people lack commitment. They want the hack. They want the easy way out. They want the magic pill. And life doesn't work that way. I hate to break it to you. I would love if it did. It would be so much easier. But life is not like that. We have to learn. We have to master these things. And then you have a love that endures. Do you even love yourself first? Is that the love that endures? If not, you need to work on that. Okay? Let's get, let me put these away so I don't make a mess. We'll do the Kipper deck and then the Rebel deck. And remember, if you have not gotten my free tarot course, jump in there and get it. Hey, Jennifer. And if you have not gotten the Fool's Journey, jump in there and get it. Oh, interesting. That just flipped over in my hand. We have courtship. Okay. Very interesting how we have Libra going back into, Venus going back into Libra, and we're getting these commitment and courtship and all that. So, and we have the blessing of connection. So some of y'all might meet somebody new. Okay. But courtship, remember, is not, when we're looking at it in this general way, courtship is, it's number 4. It's doing what is necessary to get you to where you want to be. So think of a guy who's like super interested in a woman, right? He's going to do whatever it takes. He's going to move mountains. Oh, hang on. I got to verify myself. They always get me right in the middle of my analogies. Okay. So yeah, guy's super interested in a woman. He's going to move mountains in order to make it known to her that like he wants to be with her. Right? And so he's going to do whatever it takes to reach that end goal of a relationship. So think of it as you are courting your business idea, your career move, your maybe wanting to move to a different place. Doesn't matter. Okay. You're doing whatever you need to in order to get you to that point. You are courting that. You're supporting this energy, this, what's it called? You're supporting this narrative to get you to where you want to go. Got it? Because 4 is about doing what is necessary, setting that solid foundation, doing what is necessary, making it real. Okay? Courtship requires commitment. Yes. It takes time, set the foundation. Yes, exactly. So, there's that. And last but not least, if I can put this one down, we have the Rebel deck. If you get your feelings hurt easily, now is the time to scroll away because the Rebel deck sometimes will hurt your feelings, okay? But it's oftentimes what you need to hear. So let's see, what is our message for this week, Monday through Thursday? What's our message for this week, Monday through Thursday? Oh, don't believe every shitty thought you have. Thoughts can be sneaky, lying bastards. We were just talking about that, especially with the 9 of Swords, right? Don't believe every thought that you have because those are somebody else's words. Okay? You're also trying to predict the future, and it's typically negative because that's what you've experienced in the past. So don't believe that. Don't believe every shitty thought you have. They're just replays of things that you've experienced, so let them go. It's not yours. It says thoughts can be thoughts can be sneaky, lying bastards, and they typically are. Okay? Because our brain is designed to like try to keep us safe, right? It's processing the information that's coming in. It's not actually creating. All it's doing is replaying the things that it's already brought in. Okay. And it's designed to keep us safe. So it will think of every negative scenario that can ever happen because it wants to keep you safe. But you don't need that 99% of the time. You know, you need to process the information, and then you have to choose consciously to think of every way that this can work out. You know, you're not planning every way that it has to work out. You're thinking, wow, this would be amazing. I would love to experience this. And the brain starts getting into, you know, kicking into gear, the reticular activated system, the universe kicks into gear, and then everything starts moving. Okay? So, I hope you have a wonderful week. Remember, I will be back on Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, and we will do the weekend Tarotscope. Okay, we're back Monday to Fridays. I missed y'all. I just needed a break for a while, but we're back. We're back on track. So yeah, make sure that you get into the free tarot course. Okay, for TikTok, it's linked in my bio. For YouTube, it's linked down below. And jump into the Fool's Journey. Like I said, you do not have to know tarot to get into the Fool's Journey. I have laid it all out for you. Okay? So it comes with the beautiful workbook, video lessons, all of that. And people are freaking loving it. So I hope you do too, okay? All right. I love you all. I'll see you Friday morning. Mwah. See ya. Have a great week.